Someone wants me to research a ring they found.
They found a ring?
Yes, apparently this person found a ring doing...
Who is this person?
Good, let's go take it from him.
Michael.
Hey, you are not going to... This is not your area. This is business for me.
We let one of the rings slip by already. We can't let another one do that.
I think, look, who is this person? We should investigate this matter and maybe hopefully get the ring from them, because that's not something... Who is this person?
He was one of the players in the Zodiac games.
One of the players in the Zodiac game?
A kid
Yes.
has one? Great.
The sound footage, Michael. We know at least some kids have some rings.
We know some of the kids at Ilvermorny have rings.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
We should at least get the rings from... We should probably get the ring from this kid quickly.
Oh, that won't be a problem. He wants me to study it after all.
Then
Apparently he found my name from some of my research I have done.
How about you request that he send the ring to you to investigate?
Sounds pretty dangerous. We should probably go get it.
I was gonna say yes. If you can find a way to go and meet him so he can give it to you himself, that might be safer for both of you.
Yeah, that may be a good
yes.
Alice
That won't be a problem at all. He wants to meet me. And this is the first time someone has actually asked me about my expertise.
Oh, you're a fan.
And shouldn't the schools be starting their winter break soon?
Yeah. And
I
you
think
know what?
so.
Look, I hate to suggest this, but I think you should bring the sprayer up along with you just in case.
Oh, if he's just a kid, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't want... Those rings are dangerous, okay? They're powerful, and
I mean...
it's kind of... like.
What was the name as a kid? Did he give you a name?
I can't say the last name. Anyway. His name, he would say his first name anyway. Tobias.
You wouldn't say his last name?
Yeah, I wouldn't say his last name. I would just say Tobias.
Tobias.
You mean Tobias Petrov?
Yes. How do you know him?
I was in Ilvermorny. I saw the poster. He said that he was a member of the game, and there was a poster of all the kids that were playing in the game.
Yeah.
No, I'm secretly a Death Eater in disguise, and I'm here to kill you all. Great.
Did we hear them mention Toby at all in those recordings? I'm trying to remember.
No, I think they did, actually. They mentioned Toby once, that Toby was investigating some stuff for them.
I think Toby might already know a bit about the rings anyways.
Yeah, I think you should... I think if you meet Toby, you should try to get the ring as best you can.
And...
You guys know about the recordings? And you're not mad at me? Well, that's...
I thought it was brilliant. We've learned so
Look,
much.
Michael, I was mad. I was very mad about it.
I told you we should have bugged the school.
but it turns out that information was really important, so you get a pass.
Go back and bug more areas of the school.
I'm just fascinated the fact that somehow your bug ended up in just the right place to overhear those conversations. That's just...
Yeah, that is very wild.
Now imagine if we add like 5 more bugs.
Well, if it's the same Tobies they were talking about, maybe recommend caution about spreading the news to anyone else. Let them know that this can be dangerous.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Can I
I'm going to meet him.
And maybe recommend that if he finds any more of these links, or knows of any more of these links, to contact you and see if he can get them to you.
Yeah.
When you meet Toby, can I go?
Michael, no.
I won't bug anything, I swear.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'd slip to everyone that you had about as many social graces as a knock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that by this moment, just in the interest of time, you finally arrive at the bridge.
All right. All right, this conversation should probably wait for the moment. We should actually focus on trying to find that girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Just timing.
So, Adam, back to you. Can you please describe what they see when they arrive at the bridge? What do they see?
It's going to be a fairly calm, normal bridge, at least at first glance, though you do hear the sound of chewing. Perhaps from under the bridge?
Chewing. Go ahead.
Fairly innocent. Maybe a found corn dog, some piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's just a corn dog, I'm sure. Or corn the cob.
This is not.
It's loud enough for us to hear, though. Right.
Felix is going to look very concerned by that.
Where's that coming from?
Under the bridge.
Is there a way down to under the bridge that we can see?
Not an easy way down.
If we're out of the car, can I actually smell any blood?
Roll and observe. Observe smell, please.
Double sixes.
Oh. Okay. So Adam, if there's any exposed blood at all in the area, she would be able to smell it. Can she smell any?
There isn't any blood. She could probably smell what's being eaten, which is, as I mentioned, it's just trash. It's garbage. It would not smell good.
Okay, so you don't smell blood, but with the double sixes, you are able to determine most likely whatever is being eaten is garbage.
Sorry, my hangouts crashed on me.
Yeah. Also with the double sixes, because that is a critical success, is there anything else of interest that you would have smelled in addition to the garbage? Anything else of interest?
She might have smelled the dirty clothes that would smell like they haven't been washed in months, perhaps over a year.
Okay, so you smell dirty clothes that probably haven't been washed
You smell
in a while.
trash and dirty clothing. But don't smell any blood, which is good.
I could go look there
Can you get down?
if we find some way down. Yes. And
I think we should.
so nobody could. I
think we should all go down together.
Nobody could see me.
I was gonna say, even invisible, it'd probably be better if we go together.
Yeah.
Because I'm really the only one who'd be able to get to you quickly.
Yeah.
If something went wrong.
You can climb down, but there is a bit of a drop into the water below. And B, if you get caught, like, if a police officer catches you climbing down this bridge, that might be a problem. If you get caught, though, that is.
I might be able to jump down without getting hurt. But again, I would be alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can find I'm gonna look around real quick to see if I can find an easier way to get down.
We could just say hello.
I mean, it might be a hobo.
Yeah.
Is there like a place where someone could easily climb down, or
if you went back or drove back to the, beginning of the bridge, you could probably walk your way down to the bottom of the bridge, walk your way down there.
Yeah, I think we'll try that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Safer.
We can try and be quiet.
You guys will drive back to the one end of the bridge. Maybe you'll put your emergency lights up. Whatever you need to do to park your car there, because I don't know if you're allowed to park your car for a long period of time there, but whatever. So, and then I'm going to say you make your journey down to the bottom of the bridge by where the water starts. And the smell of the garbage will start to become more putrid, or more stronger as you go down. And what do you do? Well, first of all, what do they see as they are coming down?
They see a small figure, similar to the girl of the description, kind of nestled up under one of the beams of the bridge, chewing on, again, garbage. There's a discarded bag of popcorn. She's plucking out kernels and popping them in her mouth. There's what looks like a wrapper to a hot dog, perhaps a Fenway Frank. And she doesn't notice them. She's just eating.
Felix gonna turn to the others and just nod and. Well, what do you want? How do you want to do this?
We could just try talking to her? Maybe? I don't know. Bit weird. It's comforting that she's not eating people.
Yeah, we've already had to deal with that once.
It's comforting that she's not eating people.
I mean,
Okay.
technically we've had to deal with it 3 times now.
Oh,
Hags, werewolves, and vampires.
Listen, we just have to find out if she has an accomplice who's doing the killing. If not, well,
We'll see.
all right.
say a lobby.
I could try going first. I'm probably the best talker out of all of us.
I'm decent at talking, but you probably are better than me.
I literally went to school to learn how to talk to people.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not bad, but I'm not as good as you.
Just keep your wand and firearms ready in case things go bad, because I don't want to touch this thing.
Yeah, I just get ready to use the ring on my finger just in case.
Okay.
I'm gonna start carefully going forward. Not necessarily trying to hide, but definitely going slowly so that I don't startle her.
I'll roll to see how fast and if she notices you. I got a 16, so I'm going to say she notices you as you get fairly close.
Hello.
Hello?
What are you doing up there?
I'm eating. I hope I'm not causing any trouble.
No, we were just, well... Would you mind if we asked you some questions? There's been a lot of children going missing, and finding one of the village is concerning.
So when you mention the missing children, her pupils kind of dilate a little bit. Yeah, I'll try to just promise you won't hurt me.
I won't hurt you, don't worry. We're just looking for information. We don't want to hurt anyone.
Okay.
Do you have a name?
I am I'm Himiko.
Yumiko?
Himiko.
Oh.
Himiko.
How old are you?
I'm about 12.
Can I see if her eyes are 2 different colors?
It is very obvious that they are.
Okay.
I would say within a minute after this conversation begins, Agent Syph will say into everybody's earpiece, I just found out, FYI, that Himiko Hideo is the mother of Yoshi Hideo.
Out of character question, does she ever come down from where she is?
Not down to talk yet. She's perched. She is very guarded, very skeptical of you a lot.
Celeste's making sure her hands are visible and clearly not holding anything.
Felix is doing the same. Felix is doing the same.
We're trying to find the missing children so that no more of them get hurt. A lot of them have been found in rivers and creeks. Do you live here?
Yeah, this is my home.
Have you seen any of the children? Any strangers about?
Today? Just you guys.
Anyone else throughout the last couple months?
Oh, that's a long
Anyone
time.
acting strange? Perhaps things falling into the water?
Oh yeah, people drop things into the water all the time. Sometimes cameras, sometimes a lot of sunglasses. A lot of expensive sunglasses.
Anything?
Cheap sunglasses.
Have you seen any children fall into the water?
There was a. She's. You can tell she's actually thinking. I don't think so.
I would like to make an insight into her if she's lying or not.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll an insight.
12.
12?
Would it be what kind of skill would it be? It would be observe, right?
I would think it'd be under observe.
Okay.
Observe, insight,
I am
or observe
actually
intuition.
really good at this.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a 21.
21. Okay. I'm going to say with a 21, this person is hiding something.
Felix is just going to whisper into his earpiece to the others and just say, she's lying.
We've been asking other children, and they've given us actually a description of someone that looks a lot like you. We think you may have talked to some of the children who've disappeared.
Huh.
They've all been the exact same description.
I mean, I've been to other I've been to other bridges. I've been around. Sometimes people show up and try to hurt me, and I have to leave.
The parks?
Yeah, sometimes it's a park, sometimes it's a bridge, sometimes it's a dock.
What kind of people try to hurt you?
All kinds, mostly boys. Mostly boys.
Can you come down? It'd be easier to talk to you if we were on the same level.
Do you have your wand in your hands?
I do not. Celeste's keeping her hands
they
bare.
they both have their hands up.
Yeah, I have my hands up.
Oh, okay. Just don't try to. Don't be like the bad people. Don't try to hurt me. I'll come
I
down.
won't try to hurt you. I promise, I won't try to hurt you.
She kind of shimmies her way down the post of the bridge, feet in the water on the water's edge at first, and she walks towards you very carefully. She's also holding her hands up like you. She might not know why she's doing it, but she's doing it.
Just mimicking.
A lot of people have said that they've seen you talking to the kids who have disappeared. Is there anyone else you're in contact with regularly? Any friends that you have who maybe come to protect you when people are mean?
So the word friends comes out, and she kind of frowns and she shakes her head. I don't really have any friends. Not anymore.
No? What happened to them?
They tried to protect me, and one by one they all disappeared.
Protect you from what? From who? The bullies?
Mostly.
What did the bullies look like? Was they just normal people or did they look different?
Most of them were boys. You could probably tell that she's tried to forget what they look like.
Do you want... Please, we're trying to help and make sure nobody else gets hurt. Can I actually tell if she's legitimately, like, scared of things right now?
Petrified. If her pupils dilated anymore, they'd disappear entirely.
Is there someone who's still trying to hurt you?
I don't know. Probably. Are you going to hurt me?
No, I don't plan on to. Tell me, have you seen any strange creatures around? You can trust us. We won't think you're crazy or anything. We're just trying to help people. Make sure nobody gets hurt.
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen, mostly just like, there was a fox the other day. She gets a little excited for a brief moment. Then the gravity of the situation comes back and she comes back down to earth. I don't know if that's strange though.
I was gonna say, can I tell if she's lying about that? Seeing anything strange.
You can roll your intuition as well. Michael and Vienna, what are you guys doing while this is happening?
Michael's holding back. He has his hands near his pistol. It's not drawn, but it's kind of like hovering over the holster.
Over it. And Vienna?
He's trying to stay as relaxed as he can, but knowing that there is a trace of losing your knowledge, it's keeping him uptight a little bit.
I rolled a 17.
You can tell that she has. You can tell that it was a half truth with a 17.
You have a hard time remembering things sometimes.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to remember.
She's actually keeping her hands visible, she's gonna kneel down so she's more eye level with you. We want to make sure people are safe, including you. Okay? I know it's hard. There are things I want to forget too. But if you remember anything, even if it's scary, we need to know so we can protect people. Okay? Please try for us and for your friends.
Her eyes kind of glance down. Then she looks back up, she makes eye contact with you. And her voice sounds different, like it's almost like it's shifted. It was self-defense. I have the right to remain silent if you intend to pursue a legal course of action.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
Yeah, at this point, Vieno, the ginger owl, actually comes and lands on your shoulder at this moment, and it's like tilts its head as if curious about the situation.
When the owl approaches the situation, the girl looks towards it. Oh, he's so pretty, or she's so pretty. I can never tell.
The owl looks at the girl again with curiosity while standing on Vieno's shoulder.
Oh shit.
Venus try to calm himself down, so he's rubbing the owl a little bit.
Okay.
Try to calm himself down a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say loud enough that she can hear me, but I'm gonna speak in French so Michael can understand me.
Mm-hmm.
Should I try to read her memories?
You can read my memories if you want.
You speak French?
I speak things.
You let me try?
So
It doesn't hurt you, I promise. Say again?
So I don't actually speak French, but
She does.
She's collected different languages.
Right. Mm-hmm. She's collected, so she knows French. Yeah.
But you would let me read your memories?
Will it hurt?
No, it won't hurt at all.
Will you hurt me if you find something you don't like?
No. We don't want to hurt anyone, we just want to make sure people are safe.
Be careful. Some of my memories are pretty bad.
I have some bad ones of my own, trust me. I'll just hold my hand out to her because I do need to be able to touch her to do this.
So she'll hold out her hand towards you.
She kind of nods her head, and at this point she is fairly trusting of you, even if the rest of the group still have her on edge besides the owl. So she will kind of lean forwards under your hand.
I'm just going to put my hand on her shoulder and I am going to use my legitimacy.
Roll whatever you need to roll.
I hate doing this because I always get so tired.
Yeah.
Shit. So it's a roll plus my... Oh, fuck this. Why do I always roll so good on these? Because I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Wow, very
plus
good.
2 for my wand.
Yeah.
So that's 11, 12, 13.
Wait, don't you get a bonus?
Do you have the Aquarius?
Don't you get a bonus from your ring?
Oh, right.
Do you have the Aquarius?
I do have my
hoop?
Aquarius ring. So that's
Right.
So that would be a +1.
15.
That's a +1, so that's 14.
14 plus... That's like a math, 16.
16? Okay. Which is really high. So, what happens, Adam, when she attempts to read your mind?
Really quickly, is there a conveyance of emotion or sensation whenever this is done?
No, if you know it's happening, but in general, if I were to try and do it stealthily, no one would know.
I was asking more from your perspective. Like, if you were to read the mind of a Holocaust survivor who was shot in the shoulder, would you have a sensation reaction similar to being shot in the shoulder.
I imagine she would have some sort of reaction, like either shock or a flinch, something.
Yeah, so what I will say is I'm trying to differentiate between somebody who can read minds and an empath. An empath, specifically like Professor Zuberi, is able to read emotions, and it actually affects him in a certain way, versus a mind reader who just sees images.
Yeah, imagine,
but can't.
I was gonna say, I imagine mine's just more of her general reaction to seeing things, like
Right.
something
Right.
freaks her out, she'll like flinch a little bit, or something makes her sad
Right.
to visualize it, but...
Seeing something tragic can invoke emotions.
Yeah.
But it's different from an empath.
Well, how far back is this going to go? That's a pretty good roll, and I imagine
That's the thing. Normally it's a contested roll, but if you're letting me do it,
not any resistance.
So, essentially it would be like, let me find legitimacy because this PDF is so freaking big.
Yeah, if you're willing, I would say that she could, if she really needed to, go back to, since these disappearances started happening.
Yeah, like
if she
a few
wanted to.
months is like a mid-range
Right.
success, because like full success is your mind is laid bare, so
Right.
pretty intense.
So, what could she find?
Well, the first thing that she realizes, the most abundant thing, is that every single one of the deaths has been felt by two people. That this creature, which she does get her original name in her mind of 057. You see her being dissected, investigated by scientists. You don't know who they are or who they work for. You see, literally, as she said, all of the cases where someone has disappeared and then been found. There are a few red herrings, of course, that she wasn't involved with, that she feels that pain too, and that she doesn't like using that ability for that reason.
I believe in the memories you also start hearing terms of Area 51.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Are you serious?
Hello, Mass Effect.
Hello?
Oh no.
I gotta roll for my exhaustion too, real quick. Hold on. So I'm wounded.
Well, this is a realization.
I am so sorry that happened to you.
So am I.
Do you know where your home is? Your original home?
I don't know if I ever had one. I don't remember. Even with your diving into her memories, you couldn't find it. It's like it's been deleted.
This just got way more complicated than I ever thought it would, but I think we might be dealing with extraterrestrials now.
I'm sorry, what?
Area 51.
Wait, what?
That's the
Are
third
you
one.
honestly saying we're dealing with an alien?
Possibly. However, she is definitely a victim of some horrendous things, and I do believe her when she says that any killings were in self-defense. I firmly believe that. Oh, you poor thing.
So, to kind of illustrate a point, she starts rolling up her sleeve, and as she does, you can all see that it's all scar tissue down to the elbow.
Wait, is she a sniper? I'm so confused.
What about the children?
You have an ability that you don't like to use. Does it make you change?
The glowiness?
The glowiness.
Yeah.
No, I learn things sometimes.
Do you intend to hurt people when you do it?
In French, she says, no, never. Only if they make me.
Can I tell if she's lying about that?
Yeah, I want to check if she's lying as well.
You don't know French.
You can't tell
Wait, do I? Actually, I do know French.
You do know French.
Anyone who knows French can use an intuition.
I lost the
Okay,
dice.
so I'm
Come on.
out. I only know 3 languages.
Letter comic.
I know all the languages.
I got a 17 total.
I also got a 17.
I also got a 17.
Okay, is that person lying?
She's not lying. That is
She's not lying.
a statement.
Okay.
They were actively trying to hurt you, Sam.
Every time. Well, every time except once, but that was an accident.
Which time?
Oh, God.
The first time.
The first time?
I didn't know I could do it. I was you, since you've seen her memories, you know that she was running away from the facility where she had been captured.
So, it was always in self-defense. Except for the first time, which still was in self-defense, just not intentional.
She nods her head sadly.
You know that killing is wrong.
Yeah. That's what they were trying to do to me. A lot of them were.
I mean,
Or worse.
look. We need to keep people safe, everyone safe. If they were trying to hurt you, I understand you wanting to protect yourself. Are you able to protect yourself without killing? Can you learn to protect yourself without killing?
Is your wand visible?
No, she would keep hers hidden pretty well.
Okay.
You don't necessarily know that these people are wizards or witches.
No,
either.
she doesn't, but she has a laundry list of people she's absorbed from by now, so if one of them was a wizard or witch, she might be able to extrapolate how to use magic, just like with the police officer. I know how to use a gun, but that's not really any better.
What about... I'm just... This is complicated. I don't want to have to take you away from your home, but we have to bear in mind the safety of children. The children may have been hurting you, but not to the extent of the people at the labs. They may have just been teasing. Children do that a lot. They're hurtful, but they do it for maybe because they're hurting as well and they need to express it onto somebody else. I don't think they meant to be real.
She nods. A lot of them were. I know. And then she seems a little bit more comfortable, a little bit bolder around you. Would you let me read your memories? If I was careful. You can bring the others over and they can pull me off after just 2 seconds.
Felix is gonna
Okay.
look very uncomfortable right now.
Same.
Everybody
Michael's just gonna walk up.
into amorphous creatures like lights.
And
Okay.
if they notice me getting weaker, they will pull you off, but they will promise not to do you harm unless you don't stop with me.
I promise.
I want to hear it from the other ones too.
Michael, Piano, not to do her harm unless she's clearly not willing to back off. Only to protect me. You will hurt her. Because I'm choosing to do this myself.
If you're willing to do this, then I can't say anything against you.
To be fair, I'm also pretty good at pushing people off myself. I'm quite strong.
You're also very tired.
I am very tired. I am a -2 penalty right now.
What did Michael say? I didn't catch it.
He said nope.
Oh, I'm at -5 penalty, sorry.
So he said nope, as in he's not agreeing with it.
Michael, I
This
trusted
person
you.
is combating bullying by killing.
She doesn't know any better.
It doesn't matter.
It does. You're not
I
like
was
Duran.
bullied. I didn't go around killing people.
You were raised with parents who cared and could teach you right from wrong. Her oldest memories are from being in a lab facility being tested on and ripped open. There's a major difference, Sam.
Yeah, I'll be sure to tell the parents of the kids that were killed that. Especially the ones who were abused already.
I'm not saying it was right.
It's
I'm
not.
saying it's understandable.
And
I
that's
would kill to protect the people I care about. I'd kill to protect myself.
I wouldn't do that if it was just bullying.
She didn't know what was just bullying and what was actual harm.
And it's a shame. But you still have to answer for your actions.
I agree. And we'll figure that out. But in this case, she's saying she will not deliberately hurt me. And she can prove that she wants not to hurt people.
Michael, if something goes wrong, I could hand you the ring.
I don't want that shitty ring. Stop trying to push it on me.
Look, Michael, in case something goes wrong, you can use it to undo whatever happens.
At that mention, she kind of perks up a little bit. I like rings, and she has like old juicy drop, like an old juicy drop pop ring on her finger. It's like a little plastic thing.
Unfortunately, it's a very personal thing, and we can't get rid of it. I'm sorry. It means a lot to us.
I don't want it. I just like it.
Okay. Michael, I am choosing to do this. I'm just asking you to hold off on physical violence unless she is not willing to back off. You were a policeman, right? You don't use lethal force unless necessary?
I don't like using it at all.
Alright.
Michael, I trusted you.
Just do it.
Thank you.
Felix is going to offer the wand with the ring on it.
No, get that away from me.
Felix just shakes his head and gets ready.
I will let her try to read my memories, but I'm going to keep my hands up, letting her know that if I feel weak, I am going to push her away. I'm going to try to push her away. So I'm prepared to protect myself as well.
I'm ready to use the ring if necessary.
Okay.
All right.
So what happens?
The plot thickens. The child begins to let off waves of white light, similar to an aura. And she raises her right hand and slowly places just the fingers on your head. You can feel her consciousness inside of yours. You're in a joint consciousness in this moment. And she seems to be sifting around for information of what would happen to her if she went with you. Tell me what she finds.
Ooh, with Celeste's.
This is interesting. Yeah.
You see two options. One, you are put in a protected facility where you would not be experimented on. She would not want that or allow it. But you would be kept under observation where you could be kept safely away from people and people could be kept safely away from you.
She likes that idea.
The other option is where you would be sent to a group of people who have also experienced a great deal of pain and want to help people like you. Who would not want to hurt you, who would want to help you learn to control things as best they could, and who she feels very strongly connected to and actually prefers.
She likes both of those options, and with that, she lifts her fingers away and the glowing dissipates harmlessly.
I can't believe we're dealing with an alien.
Already?
Did you get what you wanted?
Agent Scythe pipes in and says, "It's possible that this being is an alien, but if there are magical beings in the world, as we are finding, this could also be a magical being that was mistaken to be an alien."
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that even we
From
don't know everything about
True.
what kind of magical beasts are there.
And it's possible she herself has just a very potent form of legitimacy.
Who knows?
I don't want you to get hurt for what happened. I do believe it was an accident, but we need to make sure you are safely away from other people.
I would like that.
I would like to offer 2 options. I don't know if they'll agree to it. But the
I know.
circle or my people.
Which is where several people like me, she kind of cringes a little bit when she says like me. She's not used to saying that. Are kept in isolation, but safety. And what's the other one called? I want to say it.
The other one is just called the evolution.
And the solution, which is people like me that go out and help. I think I would like that. Like getting a chance to use this for helping people and helping myself.
And you could learn to control it.
I can control it a little bit.
Never heard of terrible control?
Kind of raises an eyebrow at that.
To make sure you don't accidentally hurt anyone again.
I'll make you a deal. Okay? I'll come with you. I won't put up a fuss. I won't cause any trouble. If I can get a new shirt.
A new shirt. Unfortunately, I'm not the boss. The booty one is.
Well,
Michael.
She would know his name, but she's just being facetious.
Michael.
If I come with you, if I don't put up a fuss, if I don't cause any more trouble, can I have a new shirt?
Yeah, the circle offers plenty of clothing options.
She's also willing to go to my people, Michael. They won't let her hurt anyone. They don't want that.
What would that serve?
She could actually learn to help people with it. She is just a child. Juvenile detention centers are meant to rehabilitate, not to punish.
Yeah, but when you kill multiple people, they're normally tried as an adult.
She kind of squirms and sinks down.
Bizarre circumstances, Michael. Please bear that in mind, Michael. There are very bizarre circumstances at hand here. I saw, with my own eyes, what she went through. It wasn't her fault. She didn't know. She had no way of knowing. She needs to learn about the world, and she can't do that in isolation.
Agent Scythe chimes in. What about the most recent missing child, Yoshi Hideo? What happened to him?
What happened to Yoshi Hideo?
I assume that this information is relayed to 057.
Yeah, so she asks, Celeste asks you what happened to Yoshi Hideo. You do know that name.
So she pulls back on her cheek, and you can see that one of her teeth is broken. He did that. And she puts it back.
So he's dead.
I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. He's she sighs. I knew that people were going to come and hurt me again if he was found, so she explains where she put the body. She buried it.
There are other children who haven't been found. Can you help us find them too?
I think so.
I don't believe you ever intended to do this. But you do need to pay for them. You need to be punished, but not in a way that's harmful, in a way hopefully that can help you go forward in the future.
She nods.
Perhaps a few years in the circle, and then later on you can try and reintegrate into society. She'll look at Michael. Seeing as she is a child who went through extreme circumstances.
Perhaps.
But we'll make sure you're not... And we'll make sure you're not harmed. I promise that.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
Alright.
And she like lets her hand light up very briefly with the white light, because even if you did, I'd still be a part of you.
Okay, so you guys will. It sounds like 057 is going to go with you, without resistance, and I'm assuming somehow is going to help you discover where the other bodies are.
Oh yeah. The one. No,
Okay.
some of them obviously weren't her fault. And the kid
Right.
walks into the forest and gets attacked by a bear.
Yeah.
How are the agents planning on wrapping this up? Because you've got a lot of bodies now. There's a lot of parents and families who have dead loved ones now still.
So
How are you handling
I think
this?
we just try and find as many bodies as we can, get them to the proper 40s, and be as vague as we possibly can, and without actually saying who did it or what.
You're going to contact a bunch of authorities that you just so happen to find a whole bunch of bodies of kids that have been missing in the last few
I was
months.
going to say we could leave an anonymous tip with the police.
Okay.
Yeah.
And basically just kind of have a saying of like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. So it actually sounds like it was the killer fessing up and saying, I won't do it again. I'm leaving town. Don't come look for me.
Oh boy.
Because they
Okay.
won't know what happened to the killer because they don't know who the killer is, but at least they'll be able to find the bodies.
Right.
Okay.
To be fair, it's not like there's any sign of. It's not like a conventional weapon was used that could be easily.
Yeah.
Right.
So no fingerprints or anything to find. So.
Yeah. Throughout this whole thing, Felix has looked very uncomfortable and unsettled.
Yeah. So what I want to do. I'm sorry, were you about to say something, Viano?
No, I was about to say that I'm going to keep her arm reach away from her, just so she can't accidentally
Okay.
grab him.
So two things I will say. As you guys are I'm sorry.
I just said that she basically has her hands in her non-existent pockets, just like in her underwear straps, for lack of.
Okay. I'm assuming that maybe you guys will be able to get her some new clothes. Maybe find her a place where she could take a shower before you guys go back onto the plane.
Yeah, like
Obviously, I'm sure you can find a public shower of some sort. So, I'm gonna say that first of all, I will say that the ginger owl has not left Vienno's shoulder when you get back to the plane.
I need to send a response. Yes, he will. I will give you a letter that I'm going to give. But
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to say that he will accept his want to meet him, and would like to do it because he hasn't been there a long time. He wants to go do it in his hometown.
You can You can send him. Send me the contents of that on Discord if you like.
I'm going to do that.
But when the owl sends the letter, I'm gonna say that the ginger owl actually keeps coming back, even without a letter. It just keeps coming back and just plops itself on your shoulder unless you shoo it away.
just likes Vienna.
I think the owl likes you, is what I'm saying.
Give your own
Okay, I'm
people.
keeping this owl. This is my owl
I think
now.
you can. All right, you're keeping the owl. Come up with a nice name for the ginger owl. Is it a boy or a girl? You can decide if it's a boy or a girl.
Okay, I have to come up with a name. Great.
Yes, come up with a name for your new owl, which I think for Vienna is.
Yeah.
Isn't this Tobias's owl or something? But
No, it's not Tobias's owl. I think it's just an owl in the post. They have just typical post owls, but a lot of them aren't owned by anyone. So every now and then, an owl might decide, "You're cool. I think I will hang out."
So really quick, one last thing to kind of tie this up. 057, Kendra, I don't remember what your character's name is,
Celeste.
is going to turn to Celeste before she's sent off and say, before I go, can you do one more thing for me? You don't have to if you don't want to.
What is
But
it?
I've never been given a name. Can you give me a name?
Give me 1 second. No, I have something very specific I want to do, but I just need to look up some stuff. Quick.
While you're thinking of a name, I do want to have a brief scene while you're on the plane to come back to Washington, D.C., actually talking to each other about how are you going to handle this person now? Because Michael said perhaps, and I don't think that Vienno has had a chance to say what he thinks. So it'd be nice to hear Vienno chime in on what he thinks of this situation.
But also being really protective of his knowledge. I personally don't like someone just stealing your knowledge, and it's just... For me, it's really important for me. Knowledge is really important to me because that's how I learned of magic differently. I wasn't told about magic. I found out about magic. I think knowledge is garnered by experience, not just something you can take from someone. And it's...
Agent Seif will chime in. I definitely agree with what you're saying, Agent Aldelam, but with all due respect, we're talking about dead kids here.
I know.
Stealing knowledge is one thing, but what exactly are your feelings about the fact that this person killed a whole bunch of people?
I don't like it, of course. But if what she did was indeed in self-defense, I can't really blame her for that.
I don't know. If I may share my opinion, I'm leaning more towards Michael in this case. I think that it's a tragedy, and it's awful, and I can understand what Agent Alnatak is saying, but at the end of the day, none of those families deserve to end up where they are now, bullying or no bullying. It's not their fault that those things happened to her, those terrible things happened to her. It's not their fault, and they shouldn't be punished about it either.
I don't think it's her fault either. It was... She was scared. Extremely scared. And what she did was... Yes, terrible, but... She didn't want to do it. It was more of a reflex, I would say. A reaction to something tragic happening to him.
How is this different from what you guys decided to do with the hag earlier on? She was just doing it because she needed something to eat. This person's doing it because of self-defense. How is that really all that different?
The hag was different because she could sustain herself on something else and did it because she liked it.
It still bothers me a lot.
Felix is going to speak at this point. Honestly, I have no idea what to think about this. Like, on one hand, I understand her. On the other hand, I am incredibly upset by all this death and what these families are going through. And I'm sorry, I don't even know what to say. I don't think I can properly give a proper opinion or position on this matter. I don't want to say it's too complicated for me, but this is it is a very complicated issue, and I don't have a clear answer for this.
It just seems so unfair that there's all these family members that died, and those families are never going to know the real reason why. That's what happens to the Muggles all the time. These things happen, and a lot of it is collateral damage, and we always cover it up. We always...
Wait, we?
Oh, I mean they. Them. That is what they do,
I would like to
right?
get an insight into that.
No, it's a complicated situation. What she did was wrong. There's no denying that, but it's her situation makes her more understandable. Perhaps let her pay for her crime, but even in the Muggle world, child murderers do eventually get out of prison unless they did something beyond just kill. They get out eventually, they try to be reformed and made back into successful members of society. Even child molesters get that option. By giving her less of an option, we'd be saying she's less than human. She is a child under unique circumstances. Let her pay for her crimes, let her learn about the world, and then we'll see where to go from there. That's all I'm saying. I don't think she's human, but she's still a person. So does it really matter? I'm not human. She's not gonna hide it because she firmly believes I'm a fucking wizard.
This girl definitely needs to be locked up. She has to pay for what she's done. Is it an extreme circumstance because of her situation? Of course. There's very few cases that are cut and dry, just good, evil, whatever. But with what you were saying before, Agent Seif, it just seems like the Muggles are always getting the short end of the stick in this situation. I know that I couldn't even imagine what those families are going through now that we just left a note behind saying like, sorry, bye. And they're just supposed to accept that. It's like, well, at least no one else will get killed. But yeah.
I mean, did you have any better idea about what to tell them? Saying, oh yeah, an alien killed your children, how many of them do you think would actually believe it
We're
at this point?
Organization. We can stage a mass murderer getting blown up in some random place. At least they'll know that he's dead, or she, or the killer, even if it's in their mind, is dead and it's just over. We just left this whole thing open. They're always going to be looking over their shoulder because what if the killer decides to come back? Sure, we wrote that they're not going to come back, but if you kill multiple children, you're clearly not right in the head.
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear you make a suggestion at the time. You could have. I just made a suggestion that I thought
everyone
would
just
work.
decided immediately.
Look, we can all agree it's a really complicated situation, yes? Complicated situations aren't decided in a day. Maybe they can learn the truth, but we have to be careful about how we do it.
Of course.
This is just a placeholder while we actually get her situated, and then we can figure out how to really inform the parents and get them situated. We have to be careful, we have to be cautious. If we just started letting information out, there would be mass panic.
I'd never said to let that information out. I'm just saying we left the investigation open-ended.
For now, we can close it later.
No.
It might just take a little while longer, but we need to figure out what to do with her for now first. We need to get that situated.
She's not getting out anytime soon. Yes, child killers do get out of prisons occasionally. Occasionally. Not all of them. And she's not just killed one or two children. She's killed multiple children. That is multiple counts of first-degree murder.
Felix is going to try and... Okay. How about for now, we keep her locked up, and we'll discuss this more as we go, and we learn about her, and as the situation changes, and then we'll figure it out together. And honestly, I don't think it should be just us who decides her fate.
Fair enough.
I turn off the comms. You also made a promise that she wouldn't be
Hurt.
No, what's the other? Investigated,
Experimented on?
experimented on. Thank you. You also made a promise that she wouldn't be experimented on. I don't know what goes on there. I can't make those promises. Once we throw her in there and we leave, who knows what's happening?
Why don't we ask?
We can find out.
They're just gonna tell us.
You could at least try. Like,
If you went up to the ministry and just asked, hey, what do you do in your secret organizations? Do you think they'll just tell you?
okay, touche. But this is a circle is part of our organization, right? Like, can't Ryo give us information about this?
We also have sprays that erase magic users' memories. What if they've told you and then just erased your memory because they didn't like your reaction?
They wouldn't erase yours.
Maybe I wasn't there.
I think I don't know. I'm sure my memory hasn't been erased. I have a way of. I think I would know that.
All I'm saying is that this is beyond just what I think, what we think. There's so many different things at play here that it just...
Right now we just did the best we could with what we had. The rest has to come later. We don't have everything.
Yeah.
Just have to hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah.
We do what we can and then hope for the best. Because I think everyone here has valid points, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure she's not experimented on anymore, because that's just barbaric. No one should go through that, no matter what they do. It just makes us even worse monsters.
I fully agree.
So I want to
still
try
think she
everything I
needs to
can.
pay for her crimes, but experimentation was not a part of the deal.
I agree.
All right, let's all just, compose ourselves, and then he's gonna flick the switch back on.
I have a name, by the way.
Oh.
What's the name?
Eloise.
How does she react to that when she gives you that name?
She smiles and she kind of says it to herself as she, I'm assuming, is taken off.
Okay.
And I'll say Celeste has a very emotional response to that name.
All right. I think with that, we will end that chapter there.